Notes on the Axe Phase 5 minor triads. So if you haven't seen Notes on the Axe Phase 1, 2, or 3, go check those out because those come in handy on this. If you haven't seen 4, definitely need to check that out because it will help you understand things a little bit more. Now, minor triads, like major triads, are built off of a scale, except not a major scale. They're built off of a major or a minor scale. So root, second, third, fourth, fifth, minor sixth, minor seventh, back to the root. So we're going to use root, minor third, fifth, or in the case of C, right? So in C major triads, it was spelled C, E, G, right? So in order to get a minor triad, we have to lower the third, okay? That is how you get to a minor triad, is you lower the third. So without getting too in depth with any theory and confusing anybody and having to do a whole theory lecture, so we're going to see, here's our third, E. We're going to turn E into E flat. So then we have this, right? C major, C minor, right? So the difference between major and minor is the intervals in between the root, third, and fifth. Mostly right now just the root and the third. When we get into diminished, then it starts coming in the fifth. However, right now we're just lowering the third. So we take our major shape that we know very well because we learned it in phase 4, and we lower it. See, I like this ability to visualize it because we're taking this and literally lowering it. You know? So, C major, C minor. It's a good thing to sit there and just kind of bounce between the two and say minor, major, minor, major. You know, and like represent certain colors or emotions with these chords or triads. So, same thing as in Notes in the Axe 1 through 4. C, F, E flat, E flat, A flat, E flat, right? Now we go to our first inversion. First inversion is going to be spelled E flat, G, C. So we take our major triad that we have here, and then we lower our third. Our third is E, so we lower it to E flat. See, visualize. Same thing, our root's up here, so C, F, E flat, E flat, A flat, E flat, G flat, B, D, A, D, G, C, okay? So then we go to our second inversion, G, C, E, so now we gotta lower the third, which is Bueller, Bueller, anybody? E, so we turn that to an E flat, so remember our root's here. Right? So we move to the next C, E, G, right? So now we gotta lower that third. C, E flat, G, C, F. Here's our root, is up here. So then, what's our next shape? We're here, this was root position. So now we gotta go to E flat, G, C, right? So now we go to our first inversion, it's gonna be E flat, G, C, right? We're not here anymore, it's major, we wanna go to minor, so we lowered the third. Remember our root's here. Right? See how fast I did that? And I'm rusty on this, with this technique. So now we go to G, C, E flat, right? G, C, E flat, right? Now we're all familiar with this shape. That's A minor, so this is now C minor because there's our root. Remember we had this, I'm going to lower the third. So root's right there. move to the next string set. We're going to start off C, E, G, but we're not playing major, we're in minor mode, so we got to switch or lower this third. Same thing, this is our root. Right? Now we got to go to our first inversion, E flat, G, C. So E flat, G, C. C, F, E flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, because our root's up here. G flat, B, E, A, D, G, C. And then we repeat that on this string set. So here's our major. Now we gotta lower the third. Okay, so then C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, so on and so forth. And then, so now is our next inversion, or first inversion, sorry. So it's going to be E flat, G, C. Remember, we were here, and then we lowered our third. So then our root is up here. Right? Now we have one more. This guy here, but we gotta lower our third because we're G, C, E, E natural. We gotta get that to a third, or a flat 3, sorry. Right? And once you are able to visualize that and hear the difference between major and minor, that right there will start to change your world. And for a while I had a hard time understanding the difference between major and minor by ear, and once my professor showed me this, I changed my world, started to really understand the fretboard even more, and then music theory and all that. My music theory professor was a great teacher, but my bass professor and guitar teacher really opened up the world for me, because theory professors tend to teach piano, and I wasn't much of a piano player, still aren't much of a piano player. You know, guitar is my instrument, so when I could visualize the difference and play the difference, you can visualize the difference on piano as well, because you're, you know, lowering things and raising things and altering these things. It just clicked with me more here, with this hand and this ear and these eyes. I just could see it better and understand it better. Yeah, and it changed my world. So any questions, as always, just email me.